A few weeks ago I bought this cheap soft butter. Hi guys, Sammy here. Welcome back to another video. It's been a long time since I uploaded anything new and I want to apologize.
I failed you. You trusted me.
I'm really sorry. Part of the reason I couldn't work on any new videos is that I am at a really critical phase with my film production company at the moment. We had a slow start and now we are getting more and more
work to do, and it got really busy the last month and I had to put all my sweat and soul into it.
Yeah, but I have some news for this channel. I want to update you on some projects that I'm working on. I will also do a short Q&A session at the end of this video, so stick around if you're interested in that. Before we go into my plans and projects, I have a sad announcement to make. The last Japan POV video I did is the last Japan POV video. No. For now. And the reason is that I shot these videos last year in August when I was in Japan. And I don't have plans to visit Japan this year because I really want to focus on my business and work. But that doesn't mean that I will not continue making them. And I see that you guys really enjoy these types of videos. And I enjoy making them because they are a lot of fun to shoot, because I can critique myself afterwards and you give me some feedback, which is always nice. Yeah, I might not do any Japan POV videos this year, but I will definitely continue making them in my hometown, or for example, I will be visiting London this year and I might also visit Toronto, Canada. It's not really 100% set yet, but there's a high possibility that I will be in Toronto in the near future, which is really exciting because I always wanted to visit Canada and I have a few social media friends that I can finally meet and also do some projects together. And yeah, that would be really cool, but I don't want to promise anything yet. I am currently working on some new ideas on what type of videos I want to make, and I already started to produce some of them, and I have a whole list of videos I want to make, so they are definitely coming, so stick around and don't go away. The reason I started this channel is because of this camera here, the X100F. And for me, this is still a perfect street photographer's camera, and it has some downsides. I'm not 100% happy with everything on this camera, but it's okay because for me it's all about the experience, and I love the concept of just having one lens and one camera. And most of you guys came in contact with my channel because you were looking for information about this camera. So if the next one comes up and maybe it has a full frame sensor and I don't know, new design, then maybe my channel will become obsolete. I'm not too worried about this because I want this channel to be a street photography channel and maybe introduce some filmmaking stuff because I'm really passionate about filmmaking as well. And my goal is to do more educational videos, do more videos outside. I want to finally go outside and make videos in the city, because here we had a really horrible winter in Germany. I mean, it's the end of March now and we have still minus something degrees outside. So it's really annoying because the weather is actually really good, but it's just so cold.
If your mind is on it, then you're quite capable of dealing with the elements.
Last year I came across this website. It's called worldstreet.photography, and it's a website where you can upload your street photography images and you can enter competitions, and they are doing like a collective street photography book every year. And 2 of my images actually got nominated for the World Street Photography Book 2017. And I'm not telling you this to show off, but to tell you that they are coming to Hamburg, my hometown, because of a big photo festival that is going to take place here in my city. It's called the Triennial of Photography Hamburg. It starts in June and it ends in September. So it's like a really long photo festival. So they will actually publish or present this book, the final book, here in Hamburg. And of course, because I live here, I want to cover this event. So I will be going to the events, to the exhibitions, and I'm thinking of making some videos about this for my channel. But yeah, this is something that I'm really excited about for this year. Now for the last part, I want to answer some of your questions. I wrote down some of your questions I haven't responded yet, but I will now. Let's go. Now, first question is from Cassius Gray. He asks, is Adobe standard a setting on the X100F? No, it's not a setting on the X100F. The reason you see this in Lightroom is because Lightroom has its own profile. So if you import some of your X100F RAW files, then you can choose between the film simulations and there will still be the Adobe standard, because this is just how Lightroom interpretieren. You know what I mean. It's just the way Lightroom sees your raw image, so it's not something that's in the X100F. Next one is from Luis Marie. I just got an X100F and it really helps me to see the settings you use. What type of focus do you use? 1 point or wide zone? Yeah, so I only use the middle point, the middle autofocus point, because I like to recompose after I focus. And the way I shoot is with the back button focus method, and I focus first, then I recompose. And this is the way I shot for years now, even with my Canon cameras. Next, from Camera Lens. I am the Camera Lens. While taking these photos, do you look at the viewfinder or pre-focus and shoot from waist area? It depends on the camera, because with my Ricoh GR, which doesn't have a viewfinder, I'm more used to shooting from the waist area. I sometimes do the same technique with the X100F. For example, if I connect my camera via Wi-Fi and then I shoot from the hip, but this is something that I do with cameras that don't have a viewfinder. If I have a viewfinder, then I prefer to use the viewfinder. Next question from Juan.
He wants to know what kind of accessories I have and what my camera bag is.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to do a separate video just about my bag and the accessories, but I don't really have much accessories. So, you know what? I will just show you all my accessories right now. Okay, so my bag is the Think Tank Retrospective 7. It's a really popular camera bag that doesn't look like a camera bag. And you can see that I used it for a while now, has some holes in it, but the rest is really sturdy, and for me it's really the perfect camera bag, because I can use it as a normal messenger bag, my laptop even fits here, and I have some dividers, yeah, so that you can put the lens and stuff like that. Yeah, and I don't know, I like to put my camera in the front pocket here, like this, and have maybe an umbrella or some food and stuff in the main area, and I can always pull out my camera like this. And the cool thing about this bag is that here we have the Velcro, and it sits really tight if you use the whole area. But of course it's really loud if you open it. So they developed a way to shut this off. So I just do this here. Okay, and now it has no Velcro. So I can just leave it like this. It's not really safe, of course, because you can open it really fast. But if you're in a quiet situation where you don't want to make any noise, then this is really nice to have. What else? I don't know, just Google it. It's awesome, I like it. Yeah, it's also really comfortable because it has a nice padding here. So this is my camera bag, Retrospective 7. Okay, what else? Now for my X100F, I like to use a small tripod, and I have this here, which is nothing special really. So I have this here for my X100F. It's just a plain simple tripod. You can extend the legs and come on. And it is actually made from Canon. So I don't know, maybe it's better quality, I don't know. But I bought this used in Japan and it is really useful for taking group photos. So I use this for my X100F, put it somewhere, and then I can shoot myself. Then I have the teleconverter that you already know. And if you want to see the review, it's on my channel. On the camera itself, I just used the Fujifilm strap, which is okay. Yeah, it's not really the sexiest one, but it's really practical for me. Is it in focus? A few weeks ago, I bought this cheap soft butter. And I recently bought this soft shutter button. And it is plastic, but it looks like wood and I kind of like it. My grip, you might know this grip from my review. This is the JB Camera Designs Grip Case Pro, which has a nice grip. Yeah, lens hood from JJC. Now my lens hood is the one from JJC. It's similar to the Fuji original one, but much cheaper. Now this filter is actually not a regular UV filter. And what kind of filter this is, I will explain in another video, okay? Because I'm currently working on a review about this filter and I think it's interesting. Now, next question.
Hello, great videos. You keep focus, mixed in human, informative, highly effective way.
Thank you very much, Joanne. With the TCL, is it still possible to take macro pictures, and does the TCL give slightly more bokeh and compression as a standalone 35mm lens? Yeah, that's a good question, and you can still take macro pictures. There's no enhanced closed focus distance, but I wouldn't recommend taking macro shots with the X100F anyways, because it gets really soft. In terms of bokeh and compression, I have two shots and I might show them here. And when I crop into the 35mm lens to show the same field of view, there is not really a difference in bokeh and compression. And it makes sense because you are not really dealing with a new lens, because you have like a magnification of the existing lens. You get more compression and out of focus background if you position your subject with the same size, like you have a portrait and you move close to the subject with a 35mm lens, and then with the TCL you move a few steps back, then you will get more compression, of course, but it's just a magnification of your existing lens. So the TCL is like a loop. You're just zooming into the image. Next question from Kurt Benoit.
What I've been experienced is the image will be displayed for about half a second, then change somewhat to a less attractive version of what I took. Less contrast, more grainy. It only happens with acros. The image I see on the back of the image is not the same as what's on my laptop. Well, not after half a second anyway.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I will assume that you have a custom profile on your X100F. Maybe you enhance the contrast by darken the shadows or lifting the highlights. What you see on your camera is the JPEG version of your film simulation. When you shoot JPEG plus RAW or just RAW, and you import your RAW image to Lightroom, it will see that you shot the image on acros, but it will apply its own default acros film simulation. So you will have a less contrasty image because it will give you like a starting point. It will always come back to the native acros settings. The way Lightroom The way that Lightroom shows you the acros film simulation is also a bit different because it uses its own algorithm, or there are different things applied to your image than the JPEG that you get in your camera. So if you want the exact replica of your JPEG image in RAW, you should use the X-RAW Studio from Fujifilm. Now I have a few questions from people who ask me if I shoot manual or auto, or what kind of shooting method I prefer, like shutter priority or aperture priority. I think I covered this in my settings for street photography video. So most of the time I shoot auto ISO, and if I want to control it manually, I just turn the dial and go down or up. And by looking through the viewfinder, I can already see the changes in exposure. Sometimes I want the light to be the main focus, so I want to have the exposure really low so that I have some details in the light. Yeah, so all manual for me. No questions left. I guess that's it. Thank you for your support and all your comments, and also you guys who are following me on Instagram. Yeah, stick around and see you on the next one. Okay, you can go. Okay.